The Venice we know is bright, beautiful, and one of the most stunning cities in Italy. But today, Venice has one big problem. Recently, it hasn't been looking like it always was a city that attracts visitors to the core of it. Over time, a city that was famous for its canal, river, bridge, architecture, and visitors has also developed problems like flooding. Yes, the city of Venice is slowly becoming a victim of a lot of floods. Of course, Venice has always been prone to some flooding here and there, but recently the flooding has become much more serious, causing some concerns on an international level. But how did it happen? And what's the potential solution? Well, to solve the city's problem, the city has invested in something so secure that it would blow your mind. This new one-of-its-kind defense system costs billions of dollars and features amazing engineering that just might save this beautiful tourist attraction. The task of this defense system is to stop this harmful water problem once and for all for the existing and future generations. But the plan has not gone entirely to plan. There seems to be a bigger problem than what seems on the surface. We'll talk about it in later parts of this analysis. In this video, we'll uncover the MOSE System, a defense system that just might be the solution to Venice's rising sea levels. And if you're interested in more construction videos like these, give our channel a sub and ring that bell icon so you're notified every time we post a new video. Now, let's get right into the video. Venice is built in the middle of a lagoon, which means it's very prone to high water or acqua alta. The city is built in a region where a combination of water factors takes place at the same time. For example, there could be a high tide, a low atmospheric pressure, and strong winds coming from the sea. But how exactly does this pose a problem? The result of all this is flooding, and though it has been a part of Venice for quite some time, even centuries at this point, now it's been more than ever and becoming an essential problem for the people of Venice. To put things into perspective, in history, flooding used to happen a couple of times a year, but since 2019, flooding has increased to around 60 times a year, which is alarming. It has become a matter of sustainability at this point, harming the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. In 2019, Venice was almost 80% under the water, giving it its worst year ever. This flood was the worst in 50 years since its inception. Combining this with growing sea levels, the city is slowly becoming underwater, which is alarming. This situation needed an urgent fix, and that's where this new system, a potential lifesaver for the residents of Venice, comes in. This 6 or 7 billion euro project is known as the MOSE System. This system is formed of 78 gates, with each gate 20 meters wide that rises out of the water whenever a flood is incoming. These pop-up barriers are located at 3 points along the coast that separates the lagoon from the Adriatic. Moreover, the two inlets, Malamocco and Chioggia, have one barrier each, while north in Lido there are 2 of them. And when these gates are not needed, they just lie underwater, not visible to the human eye. Hence, all the boats and sea vehicles can easily pass it without any sort of interference or damage from the MOSE gate. To raise this gate, compressed air is sent into the gates, which forces the water out and causes the gate to raise its 42-ton hinges, eventually bringing it to the surface. The barrier then becomes big enough to block even the highest water from getting through into Venice, which seems like a great solution on the surface. These gates can resist a 3-meter high tide that is designed to be effective even if sea levels rise by 60. Moreover, once the tide passes, the gates are then refilled and they flip back into their closed position. They can be raised in around half an hour, but the sinking process only takes 15 minutes at max. As each barrier has multiple gates that can be controlled separately, the whole system is flexible depending on the size and the intensity of the tide. Maybe sometimes they would need to only raise some gates due to a weak tide, but it would protect and help the city of Venice heavily. While the whole project seems ambitious, wait till you hear how they were actually constructed. The immense blocks are as high as an apartment, which serves as the base of these gates. Moreover, each block weighs thousands of tons. They were so heavy that they had to be constructed in 3 different ways. After the construction of these blocks, they were dropped into the huge trenches on the seabed. There are also 2 shoulder caissons at all 4 barriers, which connect the housing to the mainland. The main application of these caissons is that they allow workers to reach the system's inner mechanisms using service galleries that run under the barricade. Pretty complex, right? But what if I tell you that different methods were used for these blocks? The construction itself was a huge controversy, since a lot of people were skeptical of it in the first place. But we'll talk about the controversy later on. First, we have to focus on the actual construction to understand how the MOSE actually works. The blocks in Chioggia were constructed in the dry dock, which was filled with water, which ultimately made the finished structures buoyant. To put these structures into the water, barges armed with huge cranes were then used to pick up the caissons, ultimately moving them into the resting place. But at Malamocco, it was a whole other story. The units were moved by large rolling platforms mounted on tracks. They were taken from their construction location to the water's edge, where a crane lifted in before barges and tugboats arrived to take them away. Afterward, with each structure, hydraulic dampers were used to minimize the impact and maximize the safety. What's amazing about this project is that even when the gates are opened, some boats can still move through, making it more flexible and faster. The MOSE is a clever flood defense system that could make a difference in other cities like San Francisco or New York, which have shown potential flood problems as well. The MOSE Venice system is one of the largest flood protection systems in the world. It is designed to protect Venice from tides of up to 3 meters above sea level. The system is also designed to withstand earthquakes and other natural disasters. The MOSE Venice system is a vital part of Venice's flood protection strategy. The city is sinking at a rate of about 1 millimeter per year, and sea levels are rising due to climate change. The MOSE Venice system will help to protect Venice from flooding for many years to come. The MOSE Venice system is a complex and expensive project, but it is a vital investment in the future of Venice. The system will help to protect the city from flooding and ensure its long-term survival. But that doesn't mean that the MOSE system is without any challenges and troubles. The MOSE Venice system is a complex and ambitious project, and it has faced a number of challenges during its construction and operation. One of the biggest challenges is the cost of the project. The MOSE Venice system is estimated to cost over 10 billion euros to complete. This is a significant investment, and it has been difficult to secure funding for the project. Another challenge is the complexity of the system. The MOSE Venice system is a one-of-a-kind project, and there are no other systems like it in the world. This has made it difficult to design and construct the system. The MOSE Venice system has also faced technical challenges. The system has been plagued by delays and cost overruns. In addition, there have been concerns about the reliability of the system. The MOSE Venice system has also faced environmental challenges. The system has been criticized for its impact on the Venetian lagoon. The construction of the system has disrupted the lagoon's ecosystem, and there are concerns that the system will have a negative impact on the lagoon's water quality. Despite the challenges, the MOSE Venice system is nearing completion. The system is expected to be operational in 2025. The MOSE Venice system is a vital part of Venice's flood protection strategy, and it is hoped that the system will help to protect the city from flooding for many years to come. What are your thoughts on MOSE and the construction of this project? Let us know in the comments down below. And subscribe to the channel if you're interested in cool and innovative construction videos.